Thank you. If you'd please remain standing, we'll have a moment of silence for those serving overseas and here at home, our employees here at the City of Hazelwood, and most importantly, our residents, and any of us who lost a family member or loved one here recently. Becky, you may be seated.
I think one of those is mine.
Okay.
I believe we have roll call.
Mr. Abishon?
Here.
Mrs. Henderson?
Here.
Ms. Wadlow?
Here.
Mayor Robinson?
Here.
Ms. Matlack?
Here.
Mr. Taylor?
Here.
Mr. Smith?
Here.
Ms. Hatton?
Here.
Mr. Hoops?
Here.
A quorum is present.
Thank you. Next, we have adoption of the agenda as printed.
Move to adopt as printed.
Second.
Motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. Next, we have the consent agenda. Is there any discussion or changes on the consent agenda? Hearing none, is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
Move to adopt. Taylor.
Motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, this is a roll call vote, please.
Mr. Abishon?
Yes.
Mrs. Henderson?
Yes.
Ms. Wadlow? Mayor Robinson?
Yes.
Ms. Matlack?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Hatton?
Yes.
Mr. Hoops?
Yes.
Motion carries.
We have employee introductions. We have David Leeser, city manager, to introduce Randy Insweller.
Council, Mr. Mayor, audience, I'm pleased to present Brandy Ensweiler. She has recently been named our interim director of finance with retired activity. She started with us in 2022 as our assistant finance director and done a great job with us. I have full confidence in her. She is a graduate of Eastern Illinois University. Go Panthers. We share the same school. She currently is working on her second master's degree. She lives in Belleville with her husband Matt and 2 dogs, and she has interest in travel, music, Broadway shows. This is Brandy and Wyler. Please welcome her.
Take your time.
Next, we have a proclamation for Black History Month.
No.
Okay.
Just proclamation 2601 and then.
Okay, all right. We're ready. All right, Proclamation 2601. Whereas Black History Month celebrates the contributions African Americans have made to American history through their enduring struggles for freedom, justice, and equality, and deepens our understanding of our nation's collective history. And whereas in 1926, historian Dr. Carter G. Woodson and the Association for the Study of African American Life and History established what was then known as Negro History Week to promote the study of Black history as a recognized discipline and to celebrate the achievements of African Americans. And whereas the African American community has endured centuries of hardship and struggle in pursuit of recognition, justice, and equality while continuing to make significant contributions to the social, cultural, economic, and political life of the United States. And whereas in 1976, As part of the nation's bicentennial celebration, President Gerald R. Ford officially designated Black History Month as a national observance, urging Americans to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. And whereas, during the month of February, our nation pauses to reflect upon the injustices endured and the struggles overcome by African Americans and to honor their achievements, sacrifices, and ongoing contributions in the pursuit of equality and civil rights. Now, therefore, the Council of the City of Hazelwood, Missouri does hereby proclaim the month of February as Black History Month in the City of Hazelwood and encourages all residents to observe this month with appropriate programs, activities, and reflections that recognize and celebrate the achievements, history, heritage, and cultural contributions of African Americans. Proclaimed this January 21st, 2026.
Move to adopt.
Second, Hoops.
There's been a motion and a second for adoption. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you. Next, we have 6B, we have a resolution stating intent to amend the development agreement relating to Aviator Business.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We have Mr. Mark Grimm of Gilmore Bell here representing us, and this agreement is something that staff is in support of this resolution. So, Mark, I'll turn it over to you. Thank you.
Okay. Well, the council, Mark Grimm with Gilmore and Bell, the council memo does a very good job of outlining the issue here. The developer is proposing to sell a couple of buildings, and during its due diligence, the proposed purchaser identified that certificates of substantial completion had not been filed with the city with respect to each of the buildings. And so the purchaser wants to bring everything into compliance at some point in the future. And so this is merely a resolution to state the city's intent to do an amendment to the development agreement in the future. And so we'll come back with you with an ordinance to amend the development agreement that outlines the specific dates on which the buildings opened and the specific dates when abatement commenced.
Terms,
Pardon me?
in layman's terms, what did you just say?
The purchaser wants to know that the developer complied with its obligations under the development agreement. And so this, the development, we believe, has. The buildings are all open, they've received certificates of occupancy, but a purchaser doesn't want to buy a building if it appears that anything might be out of sorts with a prior development agreement. And so they want to retroactively paper what in fact occurred. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Something got lost in the paperwork, and we're going to correct it.
That's very, very well said by
Thank you.
Mr. Leeser.
Is there any other questions? Is there any other questions? Just go ahead. Is there a motion to adopt the resolution?
Make a motion to adopt.
Second.
Can we have the resolution read, please?
Resolution stating the City of Hazelwood's intent to amend the development agreement relating to Aviator Business Park.
Is there any further discussion? This will be a roll call vote.
Mr. Abishan?
Yes.
Mrs. Henderson?
Yes.
Ms. Wadlow? Mayor Robinson?
Yes.
Ms. Matlack?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Hatton? Yes. Mr. Hoops?
Yes.
Resolution 2601 is unanimously adopted.
Next, we have citizens' comments and discussions, which will be heard at this time, subject to the establishment of decorum and shall be limited to a total of 15 minutes, with each speaker limited to a total of 3 minutes, which may be increased by discretion of the chair or by a motion approved by a majority of the council members present at the meeting. Anybody from the audience?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kevin Foley. I've been a resident of Villa Maria in Hazelwood for 57 years now. There's a little confusion going on this bond with what happened at last city council meeting. Things were, something was tabled, the business session, but the people still have a comment and hope that they have some input on this, and this is this comment. The people have a comment for this council regarding the decision on this bond. If you went to a bank for a loan with only a guesstimate on how much you wanted to borrow, and without a set of building plans or a confirmed site, do you think you would receive loan approval? The bank is asking this council, when you cast your vote for this bond, can the city provide this information by the 27th of this month? The people believe you should base your decision on ensuring that city staff can meet this requirement on behalf of the people. The people feel that the staff should have brought forward a presentation that included a full set of building plans, a confirmed location for the firehouse, and a complete cost details for the people. A full plan should have been presented to this council so the project could have met the 1/27/26 timeline required to be placed on the April ballot. The current staff has admitted to knowing about this critical issue for 8 years, yet has failed to adequately address it. Instead, the people feel you were presented with what appears to be a last-minute haphazard plan. This is not how business should be executed. The proposal brought before this council, what you expect the people to vote on, is an incomplete proposal and a last-minute attempt to get this issue on the ballot. The people deserve better and demand better, and this council should do a better job representing the people. Thank you for your time.
Is there anybody else in the audience that would like to come up and speak? That's Claire.
Claire Fates, resident Hazelwood since 1965. I agree with Mr. Foley. You've had 8 years, and now it's a rush job. I think we should know, we have no indication as of last week, Wednesday, when this council would have a location, what size firehouse we'd be building at that location, nothing. I don't know within the week anything has been determined, but if we don't know and we don't have the facts in time for this to be on, to be put forth on the election, which is January 28th, for our election in April, no one seems to know when you're going to get that information. I think it's a waste of my taxpayer dollars, because it costs us to put that on the ballot. And I am tired of this council wasting my tax dollars on something that you don't know what the details are. It upsets me that this council has known, or some part of these council or previous councils knew about this for 8 years and nothing was really being done about it. It worries me. I think you rely too much on staff and the city manager to make all these decisions. And you're not being proactive as you should be as a council. And you're all to blame for that. It's not up to Mr. Leisure or whoever the other city manager was to have to come up with everything. You live in this area and you should know more than someone who hasn't lived in this area or hasn't lived in this area most of their life. I know many of you have lived here a long time, like I have. It worries me because I've heard things in the future about needing a new pool, that when we were on the committee 2 years ago about where the city needed to go, we talked about a new community center. because the one we have is not up to par, there's problems with it or whatever. I've heard the police department talk about not having enough room and they need more room. So these are all things I've heard in the last few years that I don't know if they're on your radar or not. They should be. I don't want these last-minute hurrahs having to come before us. Planning is important in this city, and you all have failed to do that.
Is there anybody else from the audience that would like to come up and speak under citizens' comments? Is there anybody else from the audience? Hearing none, I'll go ahead and close that portion of the meeting. There are no public hearings. I don't think there's anything removed under communications. Unfinished business? Is there any unfinished business? Hearing none, mayor and council reports. We have the March 11th work session agenda. Discussion, we got board and commission appointments. Looks like we've got Amber Carley for Historic Preservation from Ward 3.
Yes.
Yeah. Is there any other appointments? Is there a motion to approve the appointment presented?
Make a motion to approve.
Second. A motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you. Next, we have consideration of amending Chapter 110 relating to qualifications of removal of council members and adopting and providing for enforcement codes of conduct and ethics for council members.
Council, I did not have a memo prepared. Mr. O'Keefe, out of your October 2025 work session, took the directive he was given to rework an ordinance for your consideration in regards to council conduct, ethics, and a removal process. So in your packet, you had a red line version, so it would have been the version that was presented, and then changes that you all requested, and then a clean version of that. So anything you guys have to discuss amongst yourselves, go for it.
Floor's open for discussion.
So we now have an official process for removal, and we're going with everything that we covered in that meeting.
Is there any other discussion? Questions? What's that, Butch?
I didn't get anything on here.
Does anybody else have any questions, or is anybody else having trouble getting into it? Got the updated red line version?
Council doesn't have any questions or anything to discuss, it would be appropriate to put it on for.
Any further discussion? Questions? Is there a motion to put on for first reading?
I'll make a motion to put on for first reading.
There's been a motion, is there a second?
Second.
Been a motion and a second. All those in favor, please say aye. Those opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you. Anything else in our mayor and council reports? Hearing none. 12A, we've got City Manager's Fire Department Quarterly Report. Dan Luley, please step forward.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, residents. I'm going to give a short report on the last quarter of 2025. In that last quarter, our fire department ran a total of 1,046 calls. 180 of those were fire responses. 835 were EMS calls. We ran a total of 29 hazardous materials calls, 2 service calls. We've performed as a fire department 162 building and 36 occupancy inspections. The fire department has continued to train on all aspects of structural firefighting as well as maintaining all paramedic training, utilizing in-house trainers, North County training, as well as outside training entities. Our Hazelwood outreach programs and the Hazelwood Public Education continued visits to schools for education within the schools. We had coat donations, trunk or treats, barbecue open house. We had breakfast with Santa, Cardinal Glennon Light Up, where we sent the truck down to Cardinal Glennon Hospital and participated in a light up event for the children within the hospital. And I'm sure there's more that we've done over the last quarter because that's our busiest time for PR. We've completed the installation of a new generator at Firehouse 2, as well as the generator at the community center. Both generators will fully power both of those buildings in the event of a power outage. 90% of the cost of that project will be recovered in grant money received from SEMA. This is all in response to the flood events. We received a grant to install these to provide for emergency management capabilities with storm outages. That wraps up our last quarter. Any questions? No?
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Dan.
Next, 12B, discussion of contract modifications request.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Council. You'll forgive me, I'm in the middle of fighting a chest cold and losing, so I'll do my best to be as clear as possible. The council has received what was, the worst part is over me, I will say that. The council has received a memorandum from me that I'm sure you probably looked at it with some strange view. A couple weeks ago, the council had second reading and final approval of the extension of a lease for the cell tower in Truman Park. After you approved it, I received a call from their legal counsel saying that the cell tower industry has changed dramatically from when they started their contract with us in 2017, and the revenues that you get from those cell towers have been greatly reduced because of where you can put them other than cell towers, and I've researched it, and that is true. I said, give me a proposal of what you're looking at, and I'll try to be as short as possible on this. If you remember back in 2017, when you did this contract first, the contract was basically a $2,000 a month rental fee, which totals $24,000 with a 2% increase every year. So we're somewhere in the neighborhood of about $24,000, give or take, out per year. Their proposal to me is take that back to about $18,000 with a few other items. I looked at it and I said, if we deny this, what are you going to do? And they said, well, you know, we always have 5-year extensions, we probably won't fulfill those. Okay, so I ran that through legal counsel. One of the parameters of the contract basically says is if they cancel the contract on us, then they have a set period of time, something like, and I'm not gonna say it right, but like 60 or 90 days to tear that tower down. So that tower's just not gonna stand there. The other thing that happened is after their legal counsel told me all of this, I got the signed contract from their administration side. And in the contract, we required them to pay us $4,000 that goes to the Parks and Recreation Department, and we have that money in hand. It is my obligation to bring this to the council, and you can overturn me and say you want to renegotiate, which is fine with me, but bottom line is I wanted to make you aware that they want to renegotiate, but yet they signed a contract. They paid us $4,000, and they are at least stuck with us for at least 5 more years, and we can work from there. So I will, unless the council wants me to do otherwise, I'm going to basically call their legal counsel, say thank you, but no thank you, we'll stick with what we've got. I'll take that as a yes. Okay. Again, I know that was a strange request, but I am obligated to let everybody know about that. Few other quick things, this coming month. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
As I'm looking at this. So you're saying that you recommend denying their request to go from 2,300 to 1,800
Right. Yeah.
from until 2052?
Yep. They're stuck, their contract that you approved runs for 50 years. However, every 5 years, they have the right to roll it over or stop.
So if you deny this, then you're saying that,
In 5 years, they could walk out. But even if they accepted it, they could walk out in 5 years. They always have a 5-year out clause.
okay, so by denying it, they're still gonna pay us the 2,300?
Yes.
For 5 more years?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry, I know it was kind of convoluted, I
okay.
apologize, but I did find it interesting that she made that proposal, and then suddenly, a week later, we get a signed contract and they're $4,000. So, anyway, any other questions? Thank you. This coming Monday is our annual Shred Day, so City Hall will be closed to the public. Civic Center East and the Community Center will stay open, but this is the day that we clean out all the excess paperwork and all that, so the doors will be locked to the public, but we will be reopening on Tuesday. I do want to commend the Community Enrichment Commission, Mr. Gillespie and Pam Reynolds from our staff and the board for their outstanding work on the recent Martin Luther King celebration that was held. Very nice job, sir. We appreciate that. And then finally, I was talking to the mayor tonight. Later on in the agenda is dealing with the amendment regarding the fire station. Staff and our vendors are working diligently on this to move it forward. It is the prerogative of the council to continue to do it in April or move it to August. I don't want to sway your decision in any way. I will say this, and I want to be very clear about this. I'm not opposed to having a campaign committee. I understand the need for that, and I'm happy to work with them. I think if you want a campaign committee, it will be difficult to get this done in April with a campaign committee also, because that's just one more thing to ramp up. If you do wish to delay this until August, the deadline, if memory serves me right, is we have to have all the paperwork in by May 26th. But I will tell the council that we are, no matter what the date, we are moving quickly and moving forward with this, with Navigate and with all of our partners to try to get this done as soon as possible.
Discussion from council members.
General obligation bond, I am continuing to hear more and more people, I don't know if it's because we're in Robertson, so they're hypersensitive to anything fire, but the rush to get this without the information given to us or to the public is weighing heavily on people. We don't want, I know you said last week in the meeting that you would have property purchased, before the election and stuff.
Correct.
That is weighing on the public as much as myself. The question, I guess, or the concern is, but when's that going to be? I know you don't have a crystal ball that you can't say it's gonna be on this day, but I think people would be a lot more relaxed, confident that, we could go forward with this if that was a thing. I recommend that we don't have it on the April ballot myself, just based on, again, the numerous people that have talked to me about this. Just since 2 weeks ago, I wasn't at the meeting 2 weeks ago, and I'm getting those calls, so.
Yes, I understand. We have to get this out as soon as possible, and I wish I could give you an exact date on that, and I'm sorry I can't, because we are working very closely, and we are close to getting a finalization on the land. I do know that. The other thing with respect to what has been said, yes, we need to get this information out as soon as possible. We do not need to get it out by January 27th. But I wish I could tell you a date, and I'm sorry I cannot, because we're dealing with a number of different parties to get this thing done that I can't control.
Can I ask, I know this is the city manager's report, is this the time to talk about that item, or should we wait till we get to the reading for that?
Or most of the questions would be directed to him.
Okay. So my question is, I just want clarification on what we're planning to do. My understanding is that in December, we voted 8-1 to put it on the April ballot. And then the last meeting, the mayor brought up concerns, and then we voted to bring it back to second reading, which it is tonight. And then we tabled it with the understanding that we were gonna have a work session, and the council as a whole was gonna get together and discuss options, Plan B, what next steps are. And that meeting then got turned into a town hall meeting, which was really informative, and I'm thankful for that. But this group as a whole has still not decided what our options are. And so I'm not comfortable tonight voting on anything until we talk about, if we don't have it in April, is the plan to vote it down tonight and then put it in August? Is the plan to do something else? If we move forward with April, does everybody feel like we're confident and we have what we need to move forward? Are we gonna have a committee? We were told to bring people. We were told we're gonna have a citizen committee. Is that happening? I have a lot of unanswered questions. I don't feel comfortable, and I don't know if any of you guys have talked about it, but I haven't, outside of what we've done publicly. So I would really like to have this time to talk.
Thank you, Jen. That was, I thought we had to wait until the reading as well.
Okay.
to
Well,
say-
I didn't know.
Similar, yeah, I didn't know either. I agree with that. That was exactly my thought.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Do you want us to wait until we can move off of the?
I was explaining to him that, well, this is not his wheelhouse, maybe this is more something council discussion.
We can wait. I
whispered
just
to him.
wasn't sure when you wanted us to talk.
And I agree with what you said, Jen. With everything you said, I agree with that.
And if I may, again, and I'm not trying to sway you on one way or the other, so please don't take it like this. If you don't vote on it tonight, then we are not doing April, because we have until January 27th, unless you have some special meeting before you move forward. Correct? We have to get it to the,
I have until 5 PM next Tuesday to get all of the election, April 7th, 2026 election paperwork filed to the St. Louis County. So I'm on a deadline.
so again, I'm not trying to put pressure on you one way or the other, but I do know if there's no action tonight, you basically have said we're not going to do April.
No,
I'm sorry, go ahead, sir.
I would really have this conversation, to hear the questions that have been asked. I really feel that August would be best, and as far as a citizens committee, it was my understanding that as soon as we decided this tonight, whether or not we were gonna go one way or the other with this election, we would keep the committee going, no matter what, somehow, some way. Maybe at the next work session, we sit down and make plans and strategically look at this thing a little bit differently. There has been no plans on the Citizens Committee. There is no, the only thing the Citizens Committee has been discussed or talked about happened the other night.
So we can decide on a committee tonight that we're gonna put a committee together and put, like, how does,
That's basically what I said the
Yeah.
other night. I
Yeah.
don't know that we have to repeat ourselves, but yes, the committee's pretty much there. We have their names, they're interested. Everybody said they want to come back and meet again. We'll have next meeting probably really soon here, maybe in February.
Are we able to be on that committee, or is that just for?
Yes.
Okay, I was gonna
Council
say, I
members
didn't
and-
know
yeah.
if, I didn't know if that was. I think that's important that we have a citizens committee out there to push the information out.
Is there any other questions on that particular? Is there any other questions for David? We can move on down the agenda. Anything else on this subject? Okay, that concludes city manager's report. We got the city attorney's report.
No report.
No report. City clerk's report.
No report.
Any new business? Hearing none. Introduction and first reading of bills.
Bill 5209, an ordinance amending Chapter 110 of the Hazelwood City Code relating to qualifications and removal of council members, and adopting and providing for enforcement of codes of conduct and ethics for council members.
Okay. That concludes first reading of bills. Next, we have 18A, second reading of bills, bill number 5207.
Bill number 5207, an ordinance amending ordinance 4185-11 by granting an expansion of the special land use permit issued to Barks Property Development LLC, DBA Complete Auto Body and Repair for vehicle auto sales, a vehicle service and repair facility, a vehicle wash facility, and an additional garage at 6041 North Lindbergh Boulevard to include vehicle painting and providing for the regulation of such usage.
To adopt.
Yes, go ahead, Kelly.
this says special land use permit for vehicle auto sales. We don't have auto sales.
Their original SLUP approved them for vehicle auto sales. Back in, I don't have my computer in front of me to tell you in my index, but it's 20.
Because they're zoned that way, that they can have that, or?
I don't know the history. I can get it to you. Like, it's been like 20 years or more.
He's been there 20 years, he said that before.
I think we've had several people outside of Mr. Foley come up about auto sales, and it's, in the zoning area, if there's auto sales happening. But basically, this was to correct their painting, because they've been doing it, it was just not in worded correctly, okay. So, yes, if I can get, information on the sales portion of that.
I believe the lot size is probably the question, and I thought, I'm just gonna take a wild guess.
Okay,
I'll get you minutes and everything on that.
thank you.
This is second reading, though. There is a motion on the floor to go forward. It hasn't been seconded. What is the council's pleasure? Obviously, you don't want to move forward, Kelly. Is that correct?
Well, this is to correct the records. It's, the sales is a separate,
That's
right?
fine. I didn't know if this was a no, so,
I'll second it.
so there has been a motion and a second. Any other discussion? Hearing none, this is a roll call vote.
Mr. Abishan?
Yes.
Mrs. Henderson?
Yes.
Ms. Wadlow?
Yes.
Mayor Robinson?
Yes.
Ms. Matlock?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Hatton?
Yes.
Mr. Hoops? Bill number 5207 is unanimously adopted as ordinance number 5089-26.
Next, we have 18B, bill number 5208.
Number 5208, an ordinance approving intergovernmental public works mutual aid agreement.
Move to adopt.
Second.
There's been a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Abishan?
Yes.
Mrs. Henderson?
Yes.
Ms. Wadlow?
Yes.
Mayor Robinson?
Yes.
Ms. Matlock?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Hatton?
Yes.
Mr. Hoops?
Yes.
Bill number 5208 is unanimously adopted as ordinance number 5090-26.
Thank you. Next, we have 18C, bill number 5201. Before we go for the reading, is there any further discussion or questions that we may have?
Yes, my question is, if we vote no on this, we're voting not to put it on April, with the plan that we will put it on August. Is that what we're saying?
That is correct. That's what,
Okay.
that is.
No, I was looking at this.
That was my question, too.
But as of now, the bill has been tabled, and we need to either have, make a motion to have the second reading, or to continue to table it, or to have it removed. Is that correct? Correct. My suggestion would be to have it removed, and that we are committed to moving this election till the August election. That way, it doesn't sit on our agenda for 3 or 4 months and have some confusion or questions.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes.
it was obvious in the public forum that we need a firehouse. Can we amend this and vote on placing it on the August ballot now? So, and just move forward with the committee?
We're not ready for that. There may be some changes in it that may be discussed, but this isn't the bill that we want to pass for the election.
Have an idea what those changes might be, or you're just assuming there may be changes?
I'm just assuming that the bill alone is going
No,
to
I get
change
it. I'm
the
just saying,
dates.
is there stuff that we should be aware of now?
You're asking if
or-
I know anything more than you know.
Okay, that's what I'm
That's
asking
what
you.
you're going for.
Thank you.
We would just be a motion to remove this from the second reading.
Second reading.
Second it.
There's been a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, this will be a roll call vote.
What's the motion?
To remove this from the agenda for second reading and any further questions? Call for the roll call vote, please.
Mr. Abishan?
Yes.
Mrs. Henderson?
Yes.
Ms. Wadlow? Mayor Robinson?
Yes.
Ms. Matlock?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor?
Yes.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Ms. Hatton?
Yes.
Mr. Hoops?
Yes.
motion to remove Bill 5201 from second reading is unanimously adopted.
Thank you. There's no further readings or second readings. Miscellaneous business and announcements. We have City Hall closed to the public Monday, January 26th. A regular council meeting, February 4th, 6:30 PM. Is there any further business? If not, is there a motion to adjourn?
Move to adjourn, Taylor.
Second.
A motion and a second.